Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about Michael Jordan in particular. We're going to talk about the first championship he got with the Chicago Bulls and discuss what led to it. We're going to discuss the finals game that they had against the Lakers. What was the impact? Why did they end up winning? Let's go. All right, so as we jump to Game 5, the Bulls have a 3-1 lead right here. And so the first thing I want to highlight is a very different game. And so instead of having shooters spacing the floor, there was usually like one shooter on the floor. And in this game, that's going to be Paxson. And he played absolutely unbelievable. I hate the fact that his feet were in front of the three-point line, but still shot that ball extremely well. The defense's hesitancy to actually guard on the perimeter really just created so many openings for shooters on the outside. And so John Paxson really played tremendous in this game, obviously drifting away from where the defenders were. And so if we see the defenders, they like at this time in NBA, they're like taught to go protect the rim exclusively. And so anyone that's on the perimeter is going to have just a huge amount of space. And he actually shot threes this year, like a 44%. Shot it extremely well given the day and age. But in the second area they got really good looks on offense was with cutting. And so here we're actually going to see a set play by the Bulls. This is run intentionally. The idea is this post player is going to come up here and he's going to bring the defender with him so that there's no help on the backside. So when this wing cuts, he's going to cut into wide open space and there's no help and it's an easy dunk. And we see the same thing with Jordan. Jordan's going to take advantage of the fact that the defense is like a little distracted. So we're watching the defenders over here. They're glued to their person. So Jordan does a great job of setting up his defender because they've been going to him all game. So his defender's going to go this way. And he's going to cut into this open space where there is no one there. And a great pass and an easy finish again. But I think one of the ways they really shined in this game was their defense. They got a lot of easy turnovers like that were just clean steals from Michael Jordan reading the play, and then that leads to an easy transition opportunity. So again, I get that there was a difference in ball handling skill in that day and age versus our day and age, but Michael Jordan took advantage of this. If you're going to come up because you want Magic Johnson to get the ball, Michael Jordan's just going to go read that because this player, he's not a ball handler, And so Michael Jordan's just going to go get that. You bring two to the ball, and he's going to steal it whenever given that opportunity. And then because there's such a day and age where there's such a clogged paint, defenders can kind of leave their person a little bit if you make a blind spin essentially. And so Magic Johnson is going to go to spin right here, and the defender is just going to go step up to that void because you can't see him coming, get a piece of the ball, and that causes the deflection, and again, another dunk on the other end because of it. And this was probably the category that Pippen impressed me the most in this game, as he was elite in transition, very, very good. So Michael Jordan obviously gets a clean block right there, just timing it and taking it at the top, and Pippen's already running, and athletic ability, he was very difficult to match then. And having two players like Jordan and Pippen that you could rely on to play in transition quickly gives you a lot of opportunities. So we can see the Bulls spreading the court pretty well. And ideally the ball would be coming down the middle and you have space over here, but that's fine. He's a shooter, so he draws attention, but he's going to pass this ball in the middle, and Michael Jordan's athletic ability to go over any defenders gives him a huge edge. So then again, on this missed shot right here, we're going to see the ball gets outletted slightly to Pippen. Pippen's going to grab it and go. And so you have 3-on-2. And so the Lakers, this defender, what are you doing? Like, that drives me absolutely crazy. He's essentially guarding nobody, so Pippen goes by him. And now you have 3-on-1. And Pippen's like, well, honestly, if you have to respect Michael Jordan, I'm just going to go finish. And he dunks the ball again with ease. And the final category we saw is obviously the defense wanted to take away Michael Jordan as much as possible. So we see they doubled out there to begin with. But then as Michael's going to drive here in a second, we're going to see the defense is going to rotate over a little bit. And this defender is going to step up here, and they're leaving him wide open in the corner. And again, it's a pretty wide open shot on the perimeter. And about midway through the game, they started doubling him. And so Michael Jordan does a great job here going away from the help. So the trap's coming this way, and so he targets the weaker defender and attacks the baseline where there is no help, essentially. But then so they leave another player, and we see there's like essentially 3 Bulls players here that are open. So ideally, you'd have a little more space, and that's fine. Michael Jordan is going to be patient, and he's going to move the ball to the other side. And again, gets a wide open look because of it. Very similar situation here. We're going to see Michael gets the ball, and the trap's going to come. And so where is he going to go? He's going to go away from the double and target essentially the weaker defender. So he gets the ball to the middle, creates openings, and finds a great pass into the middle. This is a very good pass. And so he gets the attention essentially, and so no one's attention's on this cutter, this post player, whatever you want to call him, and he gets the wide open look in the middle. And then this is the reason you had to worry so much about Michael playing one-on-one here. He's going to attack this defender. They bring the post player out, so there's no help defense or less help defense on the inside. Goes to attack, goes around, and uses his wingspan to get around the defenders with a great finish at the rim. So now we jump to the end to see if any of these categories happened in conclusion of the game. And so the first thing is the Bulls were ahead most of the game and the Lakers kind of came back. But this same philosophy of overhelping on Jordan and leaving shooters in the corner really impacted the end of this game. John Paxson played absolutely lights out. Shot gets blocked, but it's going to get ricocheted. And in the chaos, Paxson's going to gravitate away from the ball, which I absolutely love, and get up a clean look and bury it. That last shot was for the lead, so they're up by 2 now, and they just got to stop for the Lakers. And we're going to see the exact same thing in transition a little bit here as the Bulls have thrived in transition. We're going to see it kind of gravitate down here into the paint again. And so Paxson's over here in the corner. And again, 1 foot inside the three-point line is questionable, but he gets up a clean look and buries it again. And so I was kind of surprised. Maybe teams just didn't do this back in the day. But again, we see a dribble handoff here and all the attention's going to Michael Jordan. And they're just leaving him. Like he's hit 3 in a row or something ridiculous, all from this same distance. And they just leave him out there and he shoot it again. Now they have an 8-point lead just from John Paxson. So the Lakers have crawled back in. They're within 2 again. And so who are the Bulls going to turn to? I mean, they're going to turn to Michael Jordan, but it's going to use Michael Jordan to essentially create an open look. And again, we're going to see right here, the help's going to step up. They're worried about the drive and who's wide open right here. Just left on his own. Michael Jordan simply kicks it out. Another uncontested shot. Kind of blows my mind how many uncontested shots they gave up to him at the end. And so the Bulls end up winning this game by 7 or so. And in general, I think the big ideas that really helped them is, one, I think they cut really well, but I think they played really good defense, and the defense translated directly to their transition on offense, where you had Jordan and you had Scottie Pippen, obviously in a league of their own athletically, and then John Paxson, who was able to spread the court and get open shots on the perimeter. And so, in general, I think the Bulls played really well this game. I just think they looked pretty clearly the better team. And so this was the beginning of MJ's run and a fairly significant moment, and really highlights the promise that him and Pippen showed as a duo. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. If you're curious about how Kevin Durant is going to impact the Rockets, I'll post that video right here. But most importantly, have a blessed rest of your day.